RSI 14 is 97, and the stock is extremely overbought on RSI 14, but may also continue to gain. Some stocks see their best performance while being overbought, but very seldom does RSI remain so high for a long time without short corrections. Risk has therefore increased, and larger daily movements can be expected over the next couple of days. Big movements in SCKT Mobile Incorporated stock price on Tuesday moving 281.68% between high and low, updated on February 16, 2021 by or hold candidate since 2021 02 to 03 gained 674.53%. The SCKT Mobile Incorporated stock price gained 538.27% on the last trading day, Tuesday, 16 February 2021, rising from $3.24 to $20.68, and has now gained 3 days in a row. It will be exciting to see whether it manages to continue gaining or take a minor break for the next few days. During the day, the stock fluctuated 281.68% from a day low at $9.17 to a day high of $35. The price has risen in 9 of the last 10 days and is up by 701.55% over the past 2 weeks. Volume has increased on the last day along with the price, which is a positive technical sign, and, in total, 225 million more shares were traded than the day before. In total, 226 million shares were bought and sold for approximately $4.67 billion. The stock has broken the very wide and strong rising the short-term trend up, and an even stronger rate of rising is indicated. For any reaction back, there will now be support on the roof on the current trend broken at $4.87, a level that may pose a second chance to hit a runner. According to fan theory, $6.85 will be the next possible trend top level and thereby pose a resistance level that may not be broken at the first attempt. Signals in forecast: SCKT Mobile Incorporated stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, giving a positive forecast for the stock. Also, there is a general buy signal from the relation between the two signals, where the short-term average is above the long-term average. On corrections down, there will be some support from the lines at $5.53 and $3.19. A breakdown below any of these levels will issue sell signals. A buy signal was issued from a pivot bottom point on Friday, January 29, 2021, and so far it has risen 710.98%. Further rise is indicated until a new top pivot has been found. Furthermore, there is a buy signal from the 3 months moving average convergence divergence, MACD. Volume is rising along with the price. This is considered to be a good technical signal. Support, risk, and stop loss: there is no support from accumulated volume below today's level, and given the right condition the stock may perform very badly in the next couple of days. This stock may move much during a day, volatility, and with a large prediction interval from the Bollinger Band. This stock is considered to be high risk. During the last day, the stock moved $25.83 between high and low, or 281.68%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 65.92%. The SCKT Mobile Incorporated stock is extremely overbought on RSI 14, 97. Normally this may pose a good selling opportunity, but since the stock has broken the trend up, the chance for a major correction due to high RSI is very small, as the stock will find support at the trend broken. Our recommended stop loss $20.05, minus 3.06%. This stock has high daily movements and this gives high risk. The RSI 14 is 97, and this increases the risk substantially. There is a buy signal from a pivot bottom found 11 days ago. Is SCKT Mobile Incorporated stock a buy? SCKT Mobile Incorporated holds several positive signals, but we still don't find these to be enough for a buy candidate. At the current level, it should be considered as a hold candidate, hold or accumulate, in this position, whilst awaiting further development. Due to some small weaknesses in the technical picture, we have downgraded our analysis conclusion for this stock since the last evaluation from a strong buy candidate to a hold accumulate. SCKT is overvalued compared to its price of $20.68 per share, has about average safety, and is currently rated a hold. Recommendation: Rec Hold Rec reflects the cumulative effect of all the vector-based parameters working together. These parameters are designed to help investors buy safe, undervalued stocks, rising in price. Value: current price $20.68, current value $1.26. SCKT has a current value of $1.26 per share, compared to a price of $20.68 per share. This stock is currently overvalued. Value is computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. Upside potential, relative value RV very POORRV is an indicator of long-term price appreciation potential. SCKT has an RV of 0.01, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. This indicator is far superior to a simple comparison of price and value because it is computed from an analysis of projected price appreciation 3 years out, AAA corporate bond rates, and risk. Safety, relative safety RS fares is an indicator of risk. SCKT has an RS of 0.91, which is fair on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RS is computed from an analysis of the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, debt-to-equity ratio, sales volume, business longevity, price volatility and other factors. Timing, relative timing RT excellent it analyzes a stock's price trend. SCKT has a relative timing of 2.00, which is excellent on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RT is computed from an analysis of the direction, magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movements day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate toward 1.00. Overall rating, value safety timing VST very good is the master indicator for ranking every stock in the VectorVest database. SCKT has a VST rating of 1.35, which is very good on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. VST is computed from the square root of a weighted sum of the squares of RV, RS, and RT. Stocks with the highest VST ratings have the best combinations of value, safety and timing. Stop price. $7.28 stop is an indicator of when to sell a position. SCKT has a stop of $7.28 per share. A stock's stop is computed from a 13-week moving average of its closing prices and is fine-tuned according to the stock's fundamentals. CI, comfort index very good C is an indicator which reflects a stock's ability to resist severe and/or lengthy price declines. SCKT has a PSI of 1.34, which is very good on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. PSI is based solely upon a stock's long-term price history. GRT, earnings growth rate. GRT reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings growth rate in percent per year. SCKT has a forecasted earnings growth rate of -10.00%, which VectorVest considers to be very poor. EPS, earnings per share. EPS stands for leading 12 months earnings per share. SCKT has a forecasted EPS of -83 per share. VectorVest determines this forecast from a combination of recent earnings performance and traditional fiscal and/or calendar year earnings forecasts. PE, price to earnings ratio. PE shows the dollars required to buy $1 of earnings. SCKT has a PE of -24.92. The average PE of all the stocks in the VectorVest database is 70.53. A, earnings yield. A reflects earnings per share as a percent of price. SCKT has an A of -4.01%. This is below the current average of 1.42% for all the stocks in the VectorVest database. GPE, growth to PE ratio. SCKT has a GPE rating of -0.40. Dividend. VectorVest reports annual regular cash dividends as indicated by the most recent payments. Special distributions, one-time payments, stock dividends, etc. are not generally included in div. SCKT does not pay a dividend. DY, dividend yield. DI reflects dividend per share as a percent of price. SCKT does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend yield rating. DI equals 100x, div price. It is useful to compare DI with A. If DI is not significantly lower than A, the dividend payment may be in jeopardy. DS, dividend safety. DS is an indicator of the assurance that regular cash dividends will be declared and paid at current or at higher rates for the foreseeable future. SCKT does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend safety rating. Stocks with DS values above 75 typically have RS values well above 1.00 and A levels that are much higher than DI. DG, dividend growth rate. Dividend growth is a forecasted annual growth rate of a company's dividend based on historical dividend payments and dividend predictability. It is a subtle yet important indicator of a company's financial performance. It also provides some insight into the board's outlook on the company's ability to increase earnings. SCKT does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend growth rating. YSG vector. YSG is an indicator which combines DI, DS and DG into a single value and allows direct comparison of all dividend-paying stocks in the database. SCKT does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a YSG rating. Stocks with the highest YSG values have the best combinations of dividend yield, safety and growth. These are the stocks to buy for somewhat above current income and long-term growth. AVVOL. AVVOL is the 50-day moving average of daily volume as computed by VectorVest. SCKT has an AVVOL of 507,194 shares traded per day. Percent vol. Percent vol reflects the percent change in today's trading volume as compared to the AVVOL. Percent vol equals volume AVVOL, AVVOL 100. SCKT had a percent vol of 44,408.22% on Tuesday, February 16, 2021. PRC. SCKT price changed 538.27% from the prior day's closing price. Sales. SCKT has annual sales of 15 million. Sales growth. Sales growth is the sales growth rate in percent over the last 12 months. SCKT has a sales growth of -17.00% per year. This is very poor. Sales per share, SPS. SCKT has annual sales of $2.57 per share. Price to sales ratio, PS. SCKT has a PS of 8.04. Shares. SCKT has 6 million shares of stock outstanding. Market capitalization. SCKT has a market capitalization of $125 million. Business sector. SCKT has been assigned to the computer business sector. VectorVest classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors. Industry group. SCKT has been assigned to the computer, peripheral industry group. VectorVest classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors. Market momentum. Extreme greed. S&P 500 is 9.83% above its 125-day average. This is further above the average than has been typical during the last 2 years, and rapid increases like this often indicate extreme greed. Last changed February 3 from a greed rating updated February 9 at 5:02 p.m. Stock price strength. Greed number of stocks hitting 52-week highs exceeds the number hitting lows and is at the upper end of its range, indicating greed. Last changed February 2 from an extreme greed rating updated February 9 at 4:01 p.m. Stock price. Brith Greed McClellan Volume Summation Index measures advancing and declining volume on the New York Stock Exchange. During the last month, approximately 16.26% more of each day's volume has traded in advancing issues than in declining issues, pushing this indicator towards the upper end of its range for the last 2 years. Last changed February 4 from a neutral rating updated February 9 at 4:06 p.m. Put and call options. Greed SmartText not available. Last changed Jan 14 from an extreme greed rating updated Jan 14 at 7 p.m. Junk bond demand. Greed investors in low-quality junk bonds are accepting 2.14 percentage points in additional yield over safer investment-grade corporate bonds. This spread is down from recent levels and indicates that investors are pursuing higher risk strategies. Last changed February 4 from a neutral rating updated February 8 at 7 p.m. Market volatility. Neutral TCBOE volatility index, VIX, is at 21.63. This is a neutral reading and indicates that market risks appear low. Last changed February 1 from an extreme fear rating updated February 8 at 7 p.m. Safe haven demand. Fear stocks have outperformed bonds by 3.01 percentage points during the last 20 trading days. However, this is close to the weakest performance for stocks relative to bonds in the past 2 years and indicates investors are starting to flee risky stocks for the safety of bonds. Last